Hey, you crazy cats! 42's live streams and videos are simply not available on vinyl. You will have to go to the YouTubes for that. So if you want content about British traditions and culture, cutting edge social commentary from an unapologetically patriotic perspective, along with a side order of madness you simply will not find anywhere else, then this is the place for you. And to all those early adopters in the chat, don't forget to hit the notification bell. That's how you get the good stuff, and make sure you never miss a tasty treat. So with that being said and done, squeeze yourself in. Let's get into it. You know you want to. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening. Please delete as applicable because the internet is worldwide. Time zones are still a thing. And can I get a wee audio check here? And yes, I did manage to get from the intro to me on the screen quite smoothly this week. It's all going good, and we will see how that continues. I'll do a couple of hellos, and then we'll see exactly where we are. Yes, people are coming on and everything. It's great. First in tonight was Willie of the Desert Hangout. The Desert Hangout is actually quite interesting. It's a lot of pictures of the desert, a little bit of music, and a lot of hanging out with decent people. So do subscribe to that, and he streams at all sorts of weird and wonderful times, and you'll find nice people there. So there's that. Mr. Pack is in. What about you, chum? White and 07. Going to be talking about you in a minute or two. Nothing bad, honest. The burger's in, so we've got the funny comments. It's all good. I love it. Anglo-Saxon brother, pleased to meet you. Or pleased, not pleased to meet you. Pleased to have you here. Thank you so much. A woman beat her husband to death with his own guitars. The judge asked if she was a first offender. Fuck's sake, Packer. I thought maybe Al Mac had been playing too much guitar, but, so we're all fine. Spanish chickens in. I'll be having another lion tomorrow. Yes, it does. This stream can cause that. I know it is. It's a bit late at night, but thank you all for tuning in when you do. And be advised, if you do have something interesting to do on a Sunday morning, get yourself off the bed and do that in the morning, and you can watch this on catch up. But as with everything else, it's only ever live once, so there is that, and you miss the ability to participate in the chat. So I understand your dilemma, Spanish chicken. Now, what are we going to talk about? The first thing we're going to do is a little bit of housekeeping, which is a little bit strange. Oh, there's a wonderful, sexy Emma Jane. Good evening. I hope all's going well, and you're enjoying a nice, large barbecue pizza. Yes. Right. The housekeeping, which is a little bit weird tonight. The first thing I want to do is give my condolences to the family of one Charlie Kirk. To be very clear, I don't know an awful lot about Charlie Kirk. I haven't listened to a lot of him, but what I have heard, he seemed to be a very decent human being, a good man that just wanted the best for his children, his wife, and his country. And it is immensely sad. I have a lot of thoughts and sympathies for his family, his friends, his loved ones, and everybody was closely connected to him. This is a very sad and difficult time for them. I am going to talk about the political implications of what happened, later on in the stream. And I think we have to, because we have to realize that the chessboard has changed from last week to this week uh, in a couple of ways. And Charlie is just one of those. And Charlie's just one of those changes. There's another couple of things that happened, but I do think it's important that we talk about that. But first, we must give a bit of time to think about his friends and his family and their loss. And as much as we have all lost, the things that Charlie has left undone that he would have done had he survived, they have lost a hell of a lot more than we will ever lose. Those two children, I believe it's two daughters that he has, those children have got the rest of their life without a father. Uh, his his wife has got the rest of her life without uh, oh, I will come on that later, but for me this is normal. For me, someone being lost due to politics is quite normal, and I don't want to make this about that now. I will come on that later, but everybody's thoughts needs to be with his family and what they're going through in a very immensely difficult time. The one thing I will say at this point is Charlie knew this was on the cards, because to the best of my knowledge, the round that hit him came off his chest armor and up into his neck. Uh, a lot of people have said things about, because it hit him in the neck, it's a specialist killer and all that. I believe this was a shot aimed at center mass, which came off his body armor and up into his neck. Realistically speaking, when it came off its body armor, it could have went one of 3 million different directions. And unfortunately, the trajectory it took was into his neck, and it was fatal. And it was unlucky for us. And the problem with a war against terrorism is you need to be lucky every time, and they only need to be lucky once. And we've had quite a few instances where we have been lucky, so it was only a matter of time before an incident came where we were not. And the outcome of that is Charlie Kirk's family no longer have Charlie Kirk. And I am very saddened by that. In fact, I can't just continue on with the show after that. So I'm going to play this. It's Johnny Collins, Leave Her, Johnny Leave Her. This song, much on the face, it sounds about, it's about the captain and the crew leaving a boat at the end of a voyage. It's also not. And it's about come to the end of your journey. And that is what has happened to Charlie. And I'm going to play this for him, because I couldn't just go on to the next thing. Have you put CK in the chat for Charlie? One momento. Yep, that is.
The work was hard and the wages low. Leave her, Johnny, leave her. I guess it's time for us to go, and it's time for us to leave her. Leave her, Johnny, leave her. Oh, leave her, Johnny, leave her. Oh, the voyage is done and the winds don't blow, and it's time for us to leave her. Oh, I thought I heard the old man say, leave her, Johnny, leave her. Oh, tomorrow you will get your pay, and it's time for us to leave her. Leave her, Johnny, leave her. Oh, leave her, Johnny, leave her. Oh, the voyage is done and the winds don't blow, and it's time for us to leave her. The winds blew foul and the seas run high. Leave her, Johnny, leave her. We shipped 'em green and none went by, and it's time for us to leave her. Leave her, Johnny, leave her. Oh, leave her, Johnny, leave her. Oh, the voyage is done and the winds don't blow, and it's time for us to leave her. The mate was a bucko and the old man a Turk. Leave her, Johnny, leave her. And the boatswain was a beggar with a middle name of work, and it's time for us to leave her. Leave her, Johnny, leave her. Oh, leave her, Johnny, leave her. Oh, the voyage is done and the winds don't blow, and it's time for us to leave her. The old man swears and the mate swears too. Leave her, Johnny, leave her. The crew all swear, and so would you, and it's time for us to leave her. Leave her, Johnny, leave her. Oh, leave her, Johnny, leave her. Oh, the voyage is done and the winds don't blow, and it's time for us to leave her. The starboard pump is like the crew. Leave her, Johnny, leave her. It's all worn out and will not do, and it's time for us to leave her. Leave her, Johnny, leave her. Oh, leave her, Johnny, leave her. Oh, the voyage is done and the winds don't blow, and it's time for us to leave her. The rats have gone and we the crew. Leave her, Johnny, leave her. It's time, be damned, that we went to, and it's time for us to leave her. Leave her, Johnny, leave her. Oh, leave her, Johnny, leave her. Oh, the voyage is done and the winds don't blow, and it's time for us to leave her. Well, I pray that we shall ne'er more see. Leave her, Johnny, leave her. A hungry ship, the likes of she, and it's time for us to leave her. Leave her, Johnny, leave her. Oh, leave her, Johnny, leave her. Oh, the voyage is done and the winds don't blow, and it's time for us to leave her.
Oh shit.
This is the new Dell.
Oh, sorry. I got caught out there and couldn't get that off. Oh, here we go. Right. Uh, well, you can see it. Anglo-Saxon, so can I. They're coming up in my, although I see my comments via the StreamYard thing, so I'm not exactly 100% sure what does and does not come up on the YouTube. Brad, what about you, Sean? Welcome aboard. And there is Mr. Billy of Blogs in. We're all good. And Amanda, I can't remember if I said hello to you. If it did, then hello again. If it didn't, hello. Which is actually hello again, but there you go. Right. Now, the rest of the housekeeping. What order we'll do this in? I think we do have a sort of a set order, so we'll go about it that way and then add in the stuff at the end. So, first off, I would presume tomorrow night, Sunday evening, I think at 7 o'clock, Ragnar and Spear will do some form of a stream with a guest. To be honest with you, I haven't seen any of her exit streams in months and months and months. I'm not sure what the fuck goes on over there, but I do know that a lot of you people do go there. I've always given them a shout out, so I don't want to just stop. So there's that. Second one is Robin, Courage is a Cure, a girl from Australia who will keep you up to date on everything, all the nefarious shit that the governments are doing. That's what she covers. And does a very good job of it. She was actually streaming last night with Rich RPW Media, who I also like to give a shout out to, and I was really pleased to see those two having a stream together. I thought that was quite nice. I feel a bit responsible for that because it was me that caused them to meet, and I'm quite pleased about that. So there's that. The other show that I like to give a shout out to, the one, the only, the Dave Waffle House, the home of the Friday night duck race, the best ducking race on the internet. I have recently been showing the last 10 to 20 seconds of the duck race. I'd like to see what this madness entails because, quite frankly, there's no way to describe it. However, there was issues last night and the Waffle House stream is not there. I can't tell you, the Freezy Peach won the prize and she won Bluetooth headphones and donated them to All Seeing Auto. So there's all your information about it. There are many ways to get ducks. You can take part in the show. You can leave comments on their streams that are left up, unlike the one from last night, and you can indeed buy ducks. And yes, as Linda says, it was indeed rigged. At this point, there is a chance that Mossad are fucking hacking the Friday night duck race. Who the hell knows what's going on at this time? Now, in other news, this is where it gets awkward, and I can't remember exactly who all I messaged and who I did not. But Mr. Paca, I believe will be joining us next Saturday evening, as well Mr. Al Mac, and as well Mr. Sansom Common. And those of you who think a little bit ahead of themselves will realise, well, fuck, if Al Mac's on and Sansom's on and Paca's on and those cunts are up to something. And yes, we bloody well are. We have a project that we've been working on for quite a few months, and it's now got all its I's dotted, all the T's crossed, and it's going to be presented to you, the unwitting Great British public, next Saturday night. Paca, should we tease them? Should we tease them? Hold on. Do you fancy jumping on, Packer? Because we could do a bit of a tease. Yeah, right. Hold on. How do you even do this now? Present or invite? Invite guest. Yes, right. Here, Packer, jump on. Be advised, if you are not Packer and you decide to jump on, I will just boot you because that link is only for Mr. Packer. But we have quite the project coming out. Mr. Packer, what about you, chum?
Hang on, I've got to shut you off on YouTube.
All right.
There you go. Okay, we're good now.
We're good. How's
Hello.
yourself? Hello.
I'm all good. Yeah, I'm cool.
Yeah. Yeah, as I was saying, we've got a bit of a project coming out, and its official launch is next Saturday. And you'll be able to view the video and start collating the views and whatnot that we need to get this spread out to the public. But now that you've seen the finished product, what do you think of it, Mr. Packer?
I'm very excited.
You're very excited.
Yeah, I'm very proud to be part of it.
Well,
And being as all I have to do is reading out loud, it's the kind of gig I like. It's right
Yes.
up my strata. Yeah, it's just like, Packer, just turn up. All right then.
now, I have a question for you. Did you see that Tommy Robinson rally today?
Yes.
What
I
did
spent
you
an
make?
entire day on Dave's Waffle House watching it.
Right. What did you make of it?
Right. Well, kind of all right. And my overall summary of every step to the right is a step in the right direction.
Right. I will agree with that. Every step to the right is a step in the right direction. But
What are you asking me exactly?
oh, right. Okay. Here's what I see. I seen an event in London that had people from all across the globe on the stage.
Yeah.
I've seen that the straight white British male contingent of it got left to the very end. In fact, got so far left to the end that they didn't have time for it. And they were the people that got omitted. I see connections with many different organizations, and with the exception of some of the words that were spoken on the stage, I would say that was quite the left-wing socialist gathering. In the way,
I can see that the word Shivnat might get thrown about quite a bit.
I think that's
However, I would like to say that I voted Remain.
Yeah.
I was a socialist. I didn't wake up one morning and go, "Oh, I'm suddenly right wing." I got here via a route. I got here via Tommy Robinson, via Sargon, via trigonometry, which is why I say every step to the right is a step in the right direction.
Right.
So I don't, it's not, it isn't. Don't be upset.
Yeah. Oh no.
Because the majority of the UK has suddenly gone, we're not left wing.
Yeah.
Well, that's all right, isn't it?
Yeah. It's a step in the right direction. My biggest fear is that these people get exactly what they want, which would be a country which is just as fucked up as it is now, but with less immigrants.
But Billy's laughing at me, right, for being a Remain socialist. Yes, and it was exactly that woke me up, that made me think, because I thought one way, and everyone else thought another way. So I looked into it. It's as simple as that. I woke up. Yes, that's what did it.
Well, the other thing is, do you think it was a day that English pride came to the fore at that rally?
Not as much as I'd like, no.
Well, will we satisfy these people with something that actually looked at English and give our project the sneak preview?
I think we absolutely should, yeah.
Right, okay, here we go. Share screen. Window. Oh, hold on. Did that wrong, sorry. Video files. Oh, that is not coming up. Hold on. Boo. Sorry about this, people. I did the share wrong. That is not it. Why is this not coming up? One moment, though. Right. Packer, talk about something for a minute, please.
Oh, don't ask me to talk about shit.
Try
That
figure
doesn't
it.
work, does it?
Got no child?
Yeah, the boys are away tonight, so I don't even know why I'm on the internet. I should be upstairs with Mrs. Packer. We've got
All right.
for the first time in God
Okay.
The kite.
Right.
So I tried to.
Be there. Now I've given away.
English.
That-
Well, there's some danger about this stream tomorrow.
Yeah, I might be streaming with my co-host tomorrow morning, or I might not, but he'll be streaming. Should be.
Go try it on the road.
I'm going to try and get online with him while I'm out and about. So Danger might have a roving reporter tomorrow if he does bother to stream.
Right. I'm 90% sure this is the right file.
Give it a crack.
Who are you, in rags and rotten shoes, all dirty and bearded, blocking up the way?
We are English,
We come from the edge of Europe.
beyond which lies only water,
ice and death.
This is the place we made our home.
Raised our cattle, planted the crops, evoked their gods from circles formed of stone, so those gods could witness us atone.
When Roman forces did invade, we fought as lions, refused to yield, and those we left out in the field, of the English, they were the seed.
Who adversity did propagate, an indomitable people who we would fight, toil and mock in equal measure, and find humour in our adversity, because that is our way. The battle-weary tribes besieged by Vikings,
banded as brothers with Angles, Jutes and Saxons. It took some years of consideration
to produce our culture of toleration. The creation of the English nation at Stamford Bridge we won the day, but William was quickly on his way.
1066, the commutation brought the cursed Norman invasion. A ruling class they would impose until calls for Magna Carta arose. And to all the kings the message was sent: you only rule us by consent.
So what of the English, I hear you ask? You know us as the working class, the ones whose toil, blood and sweat brought you the greatest empire yet. So you should learn at your mother's knee revolutions that number 3.
That number 3.
1, 2, 3. Agricultural, where mechanised planting and harvesting was married to selective breeding, we created a food surplus, the envy of the world. Industrial, where we conjured cities to house factories inhabited by a well-equipped workforce to man the machines. This coupled to the ingenuity of English engineers who never found a problem without a solution. The third, the glorious one, that brought about civil and religious liberty, one rule for all, and the radical notion that a man should profit from his labours. But we are not greedy. We exploited our language, our law, our sense of fair play. In our safe shipping lanes trade flows through never-ending day.
And when Britannia ruled the waves,
We used our power to free all slaves. We managed the world and allowed all others to travel in the social order we created with humour in adversity, because that is our way. Achievements we have too many to list. From this small kingdom God has kissed, we travelled the world from the highest mountain to Arctic's Kabatic, tundra and back again. The traces of our kindness are in our railway lines that transport the world to work, our compassion in the water systems that hydrates foreign soil.
We left everywhere better than we found it, because that is our way.
I could list another thing or two, like how we taught the world to queue, but I'll leave that for another occasion. It's time to have a celebration. Admire the wonders of our creation. To our ancestors, homage we must pay for doing things the English way. For we are the English, and this is our day.
who are ye? In rags and rotten shoes, all dirty and bearded, blocking up the way.
We are the pilgrims, master. We shall go always that little bit further. It may be beyond that last blue mountain barred with snow, across that angry or glimmering sea. We are the English.
Every Englishman's house is his castle. So hoist your colours and ramparts for England Day. Then down after St George's Day. We are English, and we'll be patriotic in an organised way.
Oh, fuck. And we're back. What do you think, mate? You're muted.
I am. Yeah, that's amazing. I'm so proud of that.
So am I. I think it's
Thank
absolutely
you so much, Almac, who's not here.
Yeah. We look, people, you're all going to hear this all week next week or all night next week. It'll be going out live. That England Day channel. Hit the 3 dots, subscribe to that channel. That's the channel this is going to be uploaded on. It's an England Day project. And we hope that it works really well. Very proud of it. And it's been quite amazing. The journey that it took getting it. Yeah. Yeah, by the way, Brad James is in there as well. Because I've seen people pointing out danger and MG and whatnot. Brad James was in there, but nobody recognised him because that's the first I've heard his voice.
Yeah, I didn't. I played it to my boy and he didn't recognise my voice.
He was probably just surprised for it to be in there. Although
he recognised. Funny thing is, he went, "Oh, that's Dangerfield."
Yeah.
I'm like, right. I'm looking at my missus funny at this point.
Yeah.
She's just looked at me and gone, "What have I done?"
Thank you, Anglo. The interesting thing is, it's quite different from what went on the stage today. and that's a problem. And the other thing that I would say about that is I think the people that turned up today turned up for something more like that and got something different. And that's not because those people are stupid or being misled or something. It's because they have a lack of choices.
Yeah.
We really need to give people better choices for expressing their English identity and doing things that is not just standing there shouting we don't like those people. Because my God, England has such a rich history of culture, of tradition, of writing, of songwriting, of all sorts of stuff. And
Yeah, I mean that song is like 5 minutes long, or that poem, and you barely scratch the
surface. You know, it's a roadmap for to find things to have a better. The march in London was absolutely massive, and all of those people need better direction. Because I honestly don't think that standing outside hotels, shouting, saying "damn home," is what the English people want to be recognised for. And I will say about Raise the Colours and the George Cross getting painted on roundabouts and all of that. That is a symptom of, for many decades, the English identity has been dealt the bottom of the pack. We have seen everything promoted except English things. We've had the same problem in Northern Ireland, where they really don't like the fact that we have a unionist culture. We've seen it in Scotland. There was people shot at a British parade in Scotland with granted with an air rifle, and they all lived and whatnot. But and this raising the colours and the flags going absolutely everywhere is the last attempt of people to say, could you for fuck's sake notice us? And as much as there's a lot of focus on immigration at the minute, the complaints are not just that. It's the fact that our children are failing in schools. It's the fact that there's no manufacturing jobs for them to go into. It's the stripping down of the British culture by the councils and by the government and by everybody that runs our events that were in one day patriotic, that are no more so. If you were to go back 50 years, an English Guy Fawkes night was as patriotic as a Belfast 12th of July, but that has been removed for a reason. The last time the English people have been told their flags for football, rugby, cricket, and castles.
Yeah, Brad James has just put in the chat, how many people know when Trafalgar Day is and Oak Apple Day is? Right, yeah. This is our problem, right? If we celebrated every time we'd done something fucking great, we'd never fucking get anything else done. Like if we had a day off for every time we fucking changed the world, we'd have all year off.
But the idea is not to have a day off for all of these things. It's to do one small thing on that day to mark it.
Yeah, I'll wake up British every morning.
Yeah. But yeah, Trafalgar Day, Oak Apple Day. You can currently come to Northern Ireland from Great Britain without a passport. You can do that in a driving license. However, if you want to send a parcel, you will need to fill out a customs form. Because while Great Britain left the European Union, Northern Ireland did not. And there are legislative there are legislative hurdles in importing between
Legislative. No.
legislative. There's fucking there's foreign
What you trying to say?
legislative. There's fucking like there's fucking bureaucracy in that
Red
border
tape.
supposed to be bureaucracy. I can say that word.
You can't say it.
Yeah, there's a bureaucracy between that border now that there was never ever supposed to be. Yeah, really, there is. And this is all part of the move to break up the United Kingdom and shove Northern Ireland in along with Ireland. And by the way, part of that cycle up you've seen today, where Tommy Robinson has a big thing to unite the nation, and he includes Ireland in it. This is the first time he's had an Ulster banner at that thing, by the way.
I don't remember them even being part of the Commonwealth.
Yeah, no, they weren't.
I don't mind if the Commonwealth turns up to support us because
no, well,
you got, our monarch's on your money.
Here's the thing: Tommy Robinson has Irish people at his thing today. See him Monday morning. A paratrooper is starting a court case for Bloody Sunday. And that is at the behest of the Irish people who he's inviting. They are still criminal. They are still chasing. British veterans of Operation Banner, which was the British Army's involvement in the Civil War that we call the Troubles, and they're still being prosecuted. There's a case starting on Monday morning. And you know what? See if Tommy Robinson on that stage had said, by the way, everybody send an email to your member of parliament about Soldier F and this prosecution being a travesty. We might have actually got a change on that because there'd have been public outcry, but it doesn't. It's just not something that he's interested in. He's more interested in trying to make an artificial narrative that the people in Northern Ireland and Southern Ireland are now all best of friends. And to be totally honest with you, the protests that we had for about 6 months, we had a couple of really large protests whenever Tommy Robinson wasn't there that were obviously for him. I'm quite curious, given that there's someone who's came out today about a documentary that he did in Ireland. I'm wondering how many of these protests were staged in order for him to get footage for his documentaries.
Yeah.
It's really curious. The really big change I see is Elon Musk getting involved in that, because
right. So the Elon Musk thing is good.
Yeah,
it's important that the entire world is looking, and it's. I mean, some people. Who was it said? Someone got on stage and said, like, I think it might have been Ezra Levant, whatever.
Yeah.
But someone from somewhere in the Commonwealth said, we look at your country as the cradle of democracy.
Well, it is.
And it scares us that this is happening. Sort it out. This isn't right.
I also think that the Americans and the Canadians have finally figured out that if England falls, they will fall next. And I will be very clear. I've got a lot more interested in England over the last 3 or 4 years than I had ever been before. And a big chunk of the reason for it is, without England, Northern Ireland is fucked.
I think without England, Europe is fucked. That's the problem.
Yeah.
I think that's how they see it.
Oh, Billy, by the way, there is a concerted effort going on that and making sure that Elon Musk understands that situation. To the best of my knowledge, he is quite okay on that. What Elon, but what Elon Musk did on that did to this protest is it's now impossible for it just to be ignored and play it off as being a bunch of far right extremists.
Well, the BBC reported that 9 people had been arrested.
Yeah, I see that.
There was absolute violence, and 9 people was arrested. So we'll go from the BBC's quote of there was 110,000 to quotes online of there was 5 million, and we'll pick somewhere in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say 1.5 million. Yeah.
Yep. Fair.
1.5 million people at a rally in London. 9 people were arrested.
Yeah, and that's only because
if there was a definition of mostly peaceful, yeah, 9 out of 1.5 million, that might be it. Now let's look at Notting Hill Carnival.
Yeah, well, the other thing, the police made some really crazy decision to attempt to cattle 1 million people, and got very surprised whenever they found out that the weight of numbers meant that simply did not work, and the people at the back who had no idea what the fuck was going on in front of them simply pushed the people in the front over the top of the pillars, and that is really stupid policing that caused that. And if the arrests were part of that, then the person that's in fault is that chief constable who came up with that stupid idea.
So a police line and crushing from the back, yeah?
Yeah.
Hillsborough, everybody, lessons learned.
Well, the interesting thing was the other side, whereas at Hillsborough there was a big fence and a wall, which meant that the crush couldn't go anywhere. What there was a line of police and then a street.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like I've seen huge crowds like that be held back by police, but it involved our heavy Land Rovers.
Yeah, my point is, it doesn't matter what the fence is.
Yeah. Well, trust me. See if you've got a good line of heavy Land Rovers and a water cannon in it, you'll probably stop the tide. However, what they had was a bunch of police across a small gap, and that just did not work. They got walked over. It was actually quite funny to watch. If I get good footage, I will do a reaction to that one, similar to the one I did with the worst rat ever. Oh, Almac, are you, Mr. Almac? I thought you were busy with Ali with her birthday. If you're not and you want to jump on for 2 minutes, let me know. And Ali, say very, very, very happy birthday, many happy returns, and I hope you have a lovely evening.
Yeah, Almac's wife.
Yep, it's her
birthday.
birthday.
You weight, fella.
Yeah, he is.
I've seen the picture of her when you met her.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, I'm punching above my weight too. So. Al, in case you've just dropped in, by the way, we did do a sneak preview. But if you're going to be about for a while, we will do another one.
Yeah, jump on, we'll have another one.
Yeah. And the show notes and the plan for tonight has just been through out the fucking window. We've went all ad hoc. What else was I wanting to say about the Yes, Elon Musk, that is bringing proper credibility, proper money, and proper organization to whatever.
Victor Orban turned up, didn't he, as well?
Who?
Victor Orban.
Victor Orban. Yes, Victor Orban turned up. We had, yeah,
How
we
many
had,
illegal immigrants?
yeah, yeah, yeah. He's the Pole. You had a Romanian. You had somebody from South America. These people are all the one religion, by the way. All these people
Yeah.
turned.
That's the kind of thing I do like about it. It was all kind of, I mean, yes, it wasn't necessarily as English as you might have hoped, but it was kind of, well, let's say the West.
Oh, do you know what it was? It was Catholic, mate.
Okay.
You'll notice that's a common denominator, and that's
Okay,
why.
well, if I had to pick another religion,
Yeah,
if I had to pick one,
oh, trust me, all those people were Catholic, and that's why they kept on going on about England being a Christian country. When the reality is, England's not a Christian country. Christianity takes in Catholics, it takes in Church of God Latter-day Saints, it takes in Mennonites, Mormons, Quakers. I think Starkey's a Quaker, takes in all of those. England is set up as a Protestant country under the Church of England. And part of the problem is that to bring this country back to where it needs to be is we need to have a really honest conversation about what way the country's set up. Because from modern England was formed in 1688 until the early 1800s, the only people that were allowed to have positions of power above a certain rank in the army, front bench MPs, teachers of our schools, and all of that, they had to be white Protestants, and that was the rule that was set up. And in the early 1800s, we changed it to allow also Catholics. And the first thing that they did was demand that because we now had multiple religions, that we should have all religions and giving them the same place. Whereas where I think it needs to be in is you're free to practice whatever religion you want. We'll not interfere with you. We will not we will not persecute you. But if you've got this mindset whereby you want to rule by divine right and just make up arbitrary rules, you don't get to run the country.
Fair enough.
It's
that's fair enough, right? But my point of view is that's not the problem right now. There's the biggest problem right now is one thing. So everybody that agrees with us needs to get that first problem sorted.
Yep.
First.
Well,
we can argue about the rest of it later.
Yep. Well, put it this way: providing we're going in the right direction, it doesn't really matter where we splinter off because we are, what's that word? Fucked currently, and we honestly need a machine that turns fucking sluts into virgins to unfuck this country, and it's going to take all of us. But we also need to realize exactly what direction we're going in and be aware of that because we're going to need to make changes moving forward.
Okay. But I'm still about first things first.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Here, Al Mac, have you jumped out again?
Yeah, I don't know what that was. You might have been on the road or something. Are you gigging tonight?
No, I think I know what's happened. He's been having an evening with Ali C and he's nipped out for a smoke and stuck it on.
He's just nipped out and gone back in before he's got a reply.
Yeah.
Oh, here he is.
Al, if you want to jump on for 5 minutes, you can say hello and we'll play the song again. Always making changes, going backwards. Yeah, I'm a bit like that myself, chum. It's absolutely mad. The other thing I want to say about Charlie Kirk and what happened with him is that's another massive change, because apart from anything else, see the idea of Stephen Crowder or someone like Stephen Crowder now going sitting on a university campus in the open with a table saying change my mind. That's gone.
Well, apparently, Ben Shapiro has jumped into the fucking ring and said, I'm going to do it. So best of luck to the fella.
Yeah. Oh, but here's the thing. He will now be doing that in auditoriums.
Yeah, I'm guessing guessing he's not going to be fucking leaving it to, rooftops a mile away.
Yeah. Yeah, he's too well. Here, we're going to play this, so tune in and listen. We'll give it another hour in a moment. I'm glad Ali's had a great day, and I hope you did too. Yeah, that's all going to be inside. And the other thing that we'll have is, see where we had people that were able to go about college campuses and film what the left was doing so we could get that out. That's all gone now. It's a massive change to how campus life is going to work. And I honestly don't believe that there's any big plot behind this. I think it's as simple as some wingding got it into their fucking head and went off on a rogue mission. Now, granted, they've been putting this out. Somebody should kill Kirk. Somebody should kill Trump. Somebody should kill whoever. We had people at MAGA demonstrations shot in the head by people randomly walked up behind them. We've had a Republican senator shot in golf courses. We've had this building and building and building. And in a country like America, how long is it before you find an arsehole with means, ability, and stupidity to actually do it? I think it was only a matter of time. And I think if there was people planning this, they would not have planned the execution of Charlie Kirk because of what it's going to cause. I think he was too high value a target. And the other thing I'm going to say is I've seen quite a lot of people on the left giving their condolences and all. And to that I say, I'm glad to hear it. However, I don't quite believe it. And we're particularly in the border areas where we had the campaign in Northern Ireland, the murderers would brazenly turn up at the funeral of the murdered and say sorry for their loss and all that sort of crap, because they had disconnected the action of killing that person from anything else because it's what they had to do, because they were, in their eyes fighting a war. I think it's really sad. I think it's really stupid. And I do think it's going to change how campus life works. Oh, we've lost a packer. There's Blackjack Qatar. Right. I am going to give this another plan. So here we go. This is the English. This is the first time I'm acting it on the YouTube. We'll see how it goes.
Who are ye in rags and rotten shoes, all dirty and bearded, blocking up the way.
We are English. We come from the edge of Europe,
beyond which lies only water,
ice and death.
This is the place we made our home.
Raised our cattle, planted the crops, evoked their gods from circles formed of stone, so those gods could witness us atone.
When Roman forces did invade, we fought as lions, refused to yield, and those we left out in the field of the English, they were the seed.
Who adversity did propagate, an indomitable people who we would fight, toil and mock in equal measure, and find humour in our adversity, because that is our way. The battle-weary tribes besieged by Vikings,
banded as brothers with Angles, Jutes and Saxons. It took some years of consideration
to produce our culture of toleration. The creation of the English nation at Stamford Bridge we won the day, but William was quickly on his way.
1066, the commutation brought the cursed Norman invasion. A ruling class they would impose until calls for Magna Carta arose. And to all the kings the message was sent: you only rule us by consent.
So what of the English, I hear you ask? You know us as the working class, the ones whose toil, blood and sweat brought you the greatest empire yet. So you should learn at your mother's knee of revolutions that number 3.
That number 3.
1, 2, 3.
Agricultural, where mechanized planting and harvesting was married to selective breeding, we created a food surplus, the envy of the world. Industrial, where we conjured cities to house factories inhabited by a well-paid workforce to man the machines. This coupled to the ingenuity of English engineers who never found a problem without a solution. The third, the glorious one, that brought about civil and religious liberty, one rule for all, and the radical notion that a man should profit from his labours. But we are not greedy. We exported our language, our law, our sense of fair play. In our safe shipping lanes trade flows through never-ending day.
And when Britannia ruled the waves,
we used our power to free all slaves. We managed the world and allowed all others to travel in the social order we created with humour in adversity, because that is our way. Achievements we have too many to list. From this small kingdom God has kissed. We travelled the world from the highest mountain to Arctic's Kabatic, tundra and back again. The traces of our kindness are in our railway lines that transport the world to work, our compassion in the water systems that hydrates foreign soil.
We left everywhere better than we found it, because that is our way.
I could list another thing or two, like how we taught the world to queue, but I'll leave that for another occasion. It's time to have a celebration, admire the wonders of our creation. To our ancestors, homage we must pay for doing things the English way. For we are the English, and this is our day.
who are ye? In rags and rotten shoes, all dirty and bearded, blocking up the way.
We are the pilgrims, master. We shall go always that little bit further. It may be beyond that last blue mountain barred with snow, across that angry or glimmering sea. We are the English.
Every Englishman's house is his castle. So hoist your colours on the ramparts for England Day. Then down after St George's Day. We are English and we'll be patriotic in an organised way.
There you go. That was England Day song again, and yes, we're just trying to drum up a bit of excitement. A bit of,
Yeah, I think, yeah, and you are right, Al, mate, but I think to be fair, this weekend is the weekend to launch it.
like, do you know what? I watched that Tommy Robinson thing, and I was like, "Where the fuck's the English at?" And
Right, well, this is the point I'm making, okay? There's a lot of people today that took another step towards us, right?
yeah,
A lot of them started this morning nearer to us than
yeah,
a lot of others, right?
yes.
Then, every step.
The other thing is those people who turned up today, they were all there for the right reasons,
Yeah.
and it is our job to put a better outlet in front of them. And I honestly think this is a better outlet. I think that us individually celebrating England once a year, like Christmas, with our friends, with our family, on our own, collectively at the same time, uh, and beginning with imprinting the English culture back onto the streets and the houses and the infrastructure. I think that needs done before anything can change. Uh, and the English civil service, the English government, the English uh, the English Parliament needs to realise that there is going to be a proper voting block here. And I think the fact that Elon Musk turned up today, I think that the guy that's at the head of the new political party that's going to take over from Reform is there, said something. And I think that this is going to force changes by both the Conservative and the Labour Party in their outlook and how they move forward. Like I say, there's none of it's exactly what we want or need. But by far,
we do have the entire political system looking at itself right now and going, we need to change or die.
yeah, that is exactly it. We have put the thing there. The next thing we need to do is find a way to effectively lobby.
Dawn.
Yep, Dawn's in. We need to find a way to collectively lobby. I think I've got an idea about one way that we could go about that. We will see how things transpire. But the next thing is what we now need is one person in every county of England that is prepared to organise some form of event for England Day. It can be solely with your family. It can be something larger, but we 100% need these events to happen. We need them to take a picture of what it is and send with a little sign saying England Day 2026, send that into the Facebook page so that we can log these and have a list of events and show public participation. What made this rally today with Tommy Robinson important was the minimum of 1 million people have turned up. And what's going to make England Day important is the amount of people that take part. We are not expecting 1 million people the first year, the second year. We had like 3 things that we could post about last year. This year, I hope to get one from each county, and when we can get one person that can organise a picnic and it not be short of sandwiches, we then have the basis of a lobby group that can operate on a countrywide basis, because that one person can send in the responses to whatever it is, be it a consultation document, be it a planning application, whatever, so that it comes across as a coordinated effort, and then we can divulge that further and make it more honed. The the war that people don't see is the war between the British people and the civil service. The civil service are the people that the government makes the laws, the civil service rule it out, and in between that, there are consultations where the public get their say. We traditionally, the people on the right, the normal thinking people, we have left it to whoever was wanted to do it, and they do not think like us, and we need to engage them. And we're starting from way far back, but the thing I was going to talk about tonight was the Battle of Britain. And interestingly, the reason why we eventually won the Battle of Britain was because of the English ability to plan and organise. The fact of the matter is, the reason why we had the Battle of Britain is Germany could not invade without air cover. Case in point, if you look at the Battle of the Bulge, they started the Battle of Bulge whenever there was thick cloud and nobody had any aircraft in the sky. They made a really big advance, and then whenever the cloud cleared and our superiority kicked in, we pushed them all the way back again and further. Now, with the Battle of Britain, they couldn't invade until they had the air superiority. It was the organisation, the radar, the repair system, a lot of things. During the Battle of Britain, we basically
Spitfires.
Yep, Spitfires. But we basically invented air traffic control during the Battle of Britain. The other thing that we invented was the RC rescue, because we started sending boats out into the channel to catch our crashed pilots and recover them. The motto of that unit was "the sea shall not have them," and it was getting those pilots back. It was getting those pilots back and all the repaired aircraft that we got and moved back into place that kept everything in the air during that time. And of course, the fucking Spitfires on their wonderful pilots. We, as in the English people and the British people, we haven't really organised to fight this. We've just did ad hoc things and everybody's going off doing their own wee bit here, there, or wherever. And while that is important and necessary, I think we can now see that everywhere around us is organising. And it's, if we want the outcome of whatever comes next to represent us, we've got to put our fucking foot in the scale and weigh that. I think that's realistically where we are. The general tone is turning our direction, but how far that goes to, I think the powers that be have decided that they're willing to throw the immigrants onto the bus, and will do a little bit about that and then see will that satisfy the people. And we need to make it clear that while that's a good start, it is only a start and things need to go much further. The other thing I want to see is English language medium schools, because in Northern Ireland we have Irish medium language schools. Fact of the matter is, very few people in Ireland anywhere speak Irish, but we have Irish language schools. These are schools where the only language inside them spoken is Irish. I'm not even going to get into the fact that their version of Irish is made up, but that's how that school works. There's that language only. In Wales, there are Welsh medium language schools where the only language is Welsh. In Scotland, there are Gaelic language medium schools where the only language is Gaelic. And the reason for all these schools is it is very well recognised. I believe it's in the United Nations Declaration of Human Rights that children need to be taught in their own language in order that they can learn it properly and interact with others of their community at a young age in school and learn that skill. Therefore, we need English language schools where the only language inside that school, particularly in primary school, is English. And everybody who is not English speaking will need to go to a separate primary school until they get to the stage where they can conduct their whole day in English. And all the arguments for that have been put down on paper by the Irish, the Scotch, and the Welsh people. All those arguments have won. And I really don't know why there's not schools going, actually, we're going to make this an English language school. It's not about colour, it's not about religion, it's not about anything else, it's about this language. And we have Cockneys have ceased to be a thing pretty much. We are losing not only regional dialects but whole regional peoples, and we need to have English medium language schools in order to preserve that. Yeah.
That's a question 42.
Yeah, Brad, I said Scotch where I should have said Gaelic.
Quick question 42.
Yep.
Whose dog is that?
Oh, fuck. I will close the window. That dog lives in the street behind me. It has been, well, I'm pretty sure it's different dogs that have been doing it, but they all come out of the same house and they've been barking the whole 10 years that I lived here. Just what the two things I hear on a daily basis are airplanes, because I live in East Belfast, quite close to the airport, and the aircraft come in really close to my roof. So I hear those several times a day. And then whenever the airport closes at about 10 o'clock at night, I think the last Fridays, I get that dog. But I hadn't even thought about the stream because I'm just that used to.
It's okay. You're used to that dog. That's all right. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like it's like a chirp on someone else's channel. It's to you. It's a fire. What do you call it?
Yeah.
A smoke detector chirping, isn't it?
Oh, I hate it whenever that starts. And that my.
Hey, Dawn Brad just called me a cheap version of Dave's Waffle House. Thank you. That's exactly what I was going for. She's nailed it.
It's a dog from the street behind our Mac. Oh. Right. Where were we? What else have we got to talk about that happened this week? Yeah. The news. The whole Charlie Kirk thing. The other thing that was interesting was watching everybody scramble to fill his space. It was quite interesting. And the speed with which Turning Point was sold and sorted out and all of that. I'm pretty sure that the people that bought it were in a lot more of a stable situation than Charlie's wife, who I'm guessing was probably the person who left to deal with it. And I'm pretty sure in her shoes, I would just want rid of all of that and go and be somewhere on my own with my children and leave politics alone for quite a while and try to figure shit out.
Well, hopefully he had the lawyers and people in place covering it that would have possibly made the most of the opportunity in her favour.
Yeah. Well, the other interesting thing is he was wearing chest protectors, armor plating, whenever he was doing these events. So he's obviously knew exactly what the level of, oh, I would 100% be suing Stephen King. And I'll tell you better than that. See the school that the shooter went to? I would 100% be suing them. I would be suing the shooter. From what we're hearing is he went to university, he came back a different person.
Well, I heard he's 21 and he's 21 and he was at that school. That I might have assumed wrong or read wrong.
Yeah,
I don't know.
yes, oh yeah. No, but he'd been at that school for a number of years. He went into that university, and
I thought that he come from a good conservative family. And his father was in law enforcement, and he had a good life. They were quite well off.
Yeah,
and everything was fine. And then he went to university, and then someone said he came back on a visit a year or so ago, and he had some different opinions.
Oh, had some different opinions, and apparently a girlfriend that was a man.
Yeah, trans.
Yeah, and I would be looking at that school and everything that it says about everything that says in their portfolio about shaping young minds, because that's all bound to be in there, and say, actually, we paid for an education and you shaped this young mind badly, and you're responsible for this shit, and take them. I think that the only way that you're ever, and if you ever win that case, you then take the individual tutors, and I think the only way that you depoliticize the education system is by making some of the colleges and some of the tutors pay for the foul shit that they perpetrate. And the school is totally involved. The school's in control of the environment that it creates.
Well, the entire system's responsible for what's happened. Just like they are with the stabbing of the Ukrainian girl.
Oh,
like, there's no way that bloke had been arrested 13 times and been in prison for armed robbery and had mental health issues and had voices in his head telling him to kill people, should have been walking around in the fucking street. The system that let him do that is broken. The system that let that happen is broken, right? It's not just him responsible. I mean, he is responsible for what he did.
Yeah.
But it isn't just him.
Oh God, no, he had help.
Yeah, it's the same as here with the grooming gangs. It isn't just them.
Yes. Oh yeah.
It's the entire system that let that happen. It's all of them.
Yeah. We'll need to start taking the people who are ultimately responsible for this through a court system.
Yeah, but they're all ultimately responsible. They're just as responsible. I don't care.
Yeah.
If you're a copper and you found a drunk underage girl in a room full of men and you walked away and did nothing, you're responsible.
Yes.
You're a policeman.
Mm-hmm. You should be.
You failed.
Yeah, you should be at the very least taking that girl out of there. If you have to take her into custody, take her into custody. If that's the only option that you currently have, not for the prosecutor, but to have somewhere to hold her while you figure out where is the right place for her, because it's definitely not in that room.
Yeah, it's not fucking difficult to figure out that she's not any of them's relation, is it?
Yeah.
None of them's her family. You can't,
Yeah, you take her out and then you figure out where she should be.
Yeah, sorry, bores my piss.
Yeah. The other problem is if they take them back to the house that they were in, that they came to be in that position from. I'm not even sure if that's the right thing for them.
No, but if you're a policeman,
oh yeah, you can't
just back there and say, why was this girl where she was?
Yeah.
Who's in charge here? How come she ended up there?
Yeah. And what happened here? And who's in charge of this, guys? Yeah, you've just been found liable for this, chum. You know. And the other thing that boils my piss is we keep on hearing about historical cases. Fuck, it's still happening now. You need to stop that. You need to. I don't know how you physically do it, but you need to make this thing stop, and you need to make the streets safe again.
Well, one way is, a million plus of you march into London and go, this is enough. We're going to wave our flags and claim our country back. Thank you very much.
Yes. And it was very good. It was very good to see the size of the turnout. And nobody can say that this is fringe anymore. And they're going to have to treat us like human beings, interact with us like human beings, and get something done. A male cop with braided dreadlocks. What the fuck?
I'm unsure.
Yeah. I don't know, mate. Police haircuts are supposed to not go below the collar.
Well, they weren't supposed to have fucking tattoos showing or anything, were they? There was a time when they had to be fucking 6 foot plus.
Yes.
Now you got,
I
hate to say it, but short, dumpy women who couldn't fight their way out of a fucking plastic bag.
The main reason for the 6 foot height thing was they had far more candidates than they had space for, and the easy, very quick way to rule a shitload of them out was to just go 6 foot.
Worked though, didn't it?
Yeah, it did, and it gave you a world where most people are looking up at the police officer that's come to arrest them, or interact with them in whatever way.
Right, so I found myself in a situation a year or so ago, which you know about, where I was sitting in Skegness police station talking to a copper.
Yeah.
And I had to ask him, because he was an absolute fucking unit. I would not have fucking looked at him twice if he didn't smile at me the first time I looked at him.
Yeah.
Right? Right? And I asked him, and he was a Marine. Right? And that is the kind of copper I want.
Yeah. That's exactly what you want.
It was, by the way, it was lovely, right? My interaction was fine. Yeah. But yeah, I want a copper that instills authority in the room and then, dishes out the law. That's all I want.
Here, Dottie,
you get one poor fucking normal copper and 2 or 3 dumpy women that couldn't do anything unless they had the uniform on, and the poor side's got to fucking deal with them as well.
Yeah. Dottie, how long have you been in? I think there's a possibility Dottie hasn't heard this song yet.
Yeah, I don't think Dawn has either.
Yeah.
Do you want to play it again and call it a night?
Yes, I actually think we will. Yes. I hope to get some writing done tomorrow, and I think we'll do that. Sorry, it's been a bit of a shorter stream, but it's been a bit of a week. And you'll come back next week. Tell people that this England Day song is coming out next week, and get over here for it. And then we're going to need your help to get it.
Hang on, is Dotty on here?
Yeah.
Which one's Dotty?
Where'd she go?
No, I don't mean she here now. Is she on the track?
Oh yeah. Oh, Dotty is the.
Go on, talk to yourself, Dotty.
Yes,
Give it a
Dotty.
line.
Yes, Dotty comes in with taught the world of Q.
Oh, get in.
That's Dotty. Here we go. Enjoy, people.
Mute yourself.
Who are ye, in rags and rotten shoes, all dirty and bearded, blocking up the way?
We are English. We come from the edge of Europe,
beyond which lies only water,
ice and death.
This is the place we made our home.
Raised our cattle, planted the crops, evoked their gods from circles formed of stone, so those gods could witness us atone.
When Roman forces did invade, we fought as lions, refused to yield, and those we left out in the field, of the English, they were the seed.
Who adversity did propagate, an indomitable people who we would fight, toil and mock in equal measure, and find humour in our adversity, because that is our way. The battle-weary tribes besieged by Vikings,
banded as brothers with Angles, Jutes and Saxons. It took some years of consideration
to produce our culture of toleration. The creation of the English nation at Stamford Bridge we won the day, but William was quickly on his way.
1066, the commutation brought the cursed Norman invasion. A ruling class they would impose until calls for Magna Carta arose. And to all the kings the message was sent: you only rule us by consent.
So what of the English, I hear you ask? You know us as the working class, the ones whose toil, blood and sweat brought you the greatest empire yet. So you should learn at your mother's knee of revolutions that number 3.
That number 3. 1, 2, 3.
Agricultural, where mechanised planting and harvesting was married to selective breeding, we created a food surplus, the envy of the world. Industrial, where we conjured cities to house factories inhabited by a well-earned workforce to man the machines. This coupled to the ingenuity of English engineers who never found a problem without a solution. The third, the glorious one, that brought about civil and religious liberty, one rule for all, and the radical notion that a man should profit from his labours. But we are not greedy. We exploited our language, our law, our sense of fair play. In our safe shipping lanes trade flows through never-ending day.
And when Britannia ruled the waves,
we used our power to free all slaves. We managed the world and allowed all others to travel in the social order we created with humour in adversity, because that is our way. Achievements we have too many to list. From this small kingdom God has kissed, we travelled the world from the highest mountain to Arctic's Kabatic, tundra and back again. The traces of our kindness are in our railway lines that transport the world to work, our compassion in the water systems that hydrates foreign soil.
We left everywhere better than we found it, because that is our way.
I could list another thing or two, like how we taught the world to queue, but I'll leave that for another occasion. It's time to have a celebration. Admire the wonders of our creation. To our ancestors, homage we must pay for doing things the English way. For we are the English, and this is our day.
rotten shoes, all dirty and bearded, blocking up the way.
We are the pilgrims, master. We shall go always that little bit further. It may be beyond that last blue mountain barred with snow, across that angry or glimmering sea. We are the English.
Every Englishman's house is his castle. So hoist your colours on the ramparts for England Day. Then down after St George's Day. We are English, and we'll be patriotic in an organised way.
One thing I will say at the end of this is the reason why we lost the English imprint in England is because we allowed the government and the councils to take control of our celebrations. We need to take that back. And it would really not be a bad idea if you're going to anything for Guy Fawkes this year, take a little George Cross flag with you, not to protest anything, just because you're English. And hopefully we can get that George Cross seen as a symbol of the people and lose its far right tag because, or that the idea that it's only for football, only for cricket, only for golf, only for and only for castles. That needs to go. And the only thing I will say is you can see the progression in how this music's worked. Al Mac, cannot thank you enough with your
Yeah,
ability.
me either, by the way. Anytime you want to make me sound that good, that's all good with me. I'm right there. Let's do that again.
Al Mac had a bit of an Ice Shakar joke thing at the end. I think we might make a. I think we might.
I know.
Yeah, I think we might make a version with that, but distribute it in the same way that we do our sneak previews. Brad, I'm sure they would because the harmony, melody, and rhyme song started off as a poem. And oh no, thank you, mate. This, for those of you who think the world is controlled and all of that, please understand this. Why that England Day song happened was because Al did a guest slot on Scrubstock and was talking about making music. Then I had him on my show and he was talking about the difficulties with collaborating and people wouldn't work with other people because of their political views and whatnot. And I wrote harmony, melody, and rhyme, the original first poem, and sent them an audio recording of it. And him and Justice Kane turned it into a song, and it grew, and we've got better and better. The one preceding that, the Anglo-Saxon, was the best one so far. This is now the best one so far, and there's no way for any large organizational group to combat that because it's random acts that are unpredictable in the same way that there's a lot there's more than 9 hours. See whenever you count the end of the month streams, whenever you're talking about shite sandwiches and stuff, it all adds up, mate. But it is the idea that the world is totally controlled is erroneous. There is a lot of other things that happen that And the question isn't so much whether or not the big organizations, the World Health Authority, and all of that are controlling everything. It's probably more a case that they are best placed to take advantage of any situation and turn it to their advantage. And that means that we do have a fighting chance at changing things, because the monolith is not so monolithic as it appears. There are cracks right through the system, and we can get through them. Be contaminated water. You know that Bruce Lee thing, be water? Water can flow, can strike. Be water, my friend. Water takes the shape of its container. If you put tea in the water, it becomes tea and all of that sort of thing. Well, we can get through all the cracks in the system and just be contaminated water and fuck their shit right up. And I also offer a poop steak. Well, there you go. I actually think Budgie Burger could. Budgie Burger would make a good benevolent dictator, I think. And it would be funny as fuck. Mr. Packer, anything else to add?
No, nothing to add other than I'm very proud of that. And who would like to be on the next one? Sorry, Almac, but who would like to be on the next one?
Well,
because I think the only thing that one is lacking is more voices.
Yes. The only thing that's lacking is more voices. I will say that Dawn Browning, the field marshal, says she's got it. She missed out in this one.
So you would have so sounded good on that.
Yeah. Well, I'm not going to say too much, but Dawn, you know that you could have been. You know, and there's Dave Waffle couldn't get the tech to work, and we couldn't get his file to download, so that didn't work either. But the other thing is, we've learned a lot doing this. We have learned a lot. The first thing, I feel a bit sorry for Al Mac in that I had this habit of I would I would just drop him the words, no context, nothing, fuck all, nada, and go, here, can you make some music for that? And somehow he did it without knowing what the tone was or anything else. He just and
literally just the words. You didn't even read it to him. You didn't like an audio.
Oh, that's what happened with Harmony, Melody, and Rhyme.
Right.
Well, actually, then I sent them the audio of that.
Yeah, well, that's fair enough.
Yeah, but,
I can see how you like. If you had some talent, you'd better do something with that.
Yeah, no, the Anglo-Saxon was just here's a bunch of words. How would that sound?
All right, you're not even going to read them out for me. Thanks.
yeah, fucking, he's done absolute fucking wonders with it. We have come up with a bit of a better idea, and that now, before I send it to him, I'm gonna give it a full reading and put in like just still pictures of what the feeling should be like to give him a bit of a guide and an idea. Maybe help him out a bit.
But I'll be honest, right? What happened was the word went out, and you said, "Well, some people help them read this out," and a week or two went by, and you was like, "For fuck's sake, somebody read it." So I went, right. I sat down, literally, I just read out like the first third. I just read it out, and I thought, well, Almac's got stuff. He can, he can get it to the right timing and whatever. So that's all I did. I just bunged it out there. But next time I'll try harder, I promise.
Yeah. Oh, and fucking Sanson. Which we
Yeah,
have
Sensen was fucking brilliant. I mean,
Sanson carries it. It's very well read. The pace is good. Everything's spotty dog.
yeah, he's a right cocky arsehole, to be fair. Isn't he? I mean, he's everywhere, always talking, shouting his mouth off, talking about curry and golf and the rest of it. I had enough of him, really. Someone else step up. Come on.
Yep. There is, but I am extremely proud of what we've created. I'm also extremely proud of the little group we've got that can collaborate and work on this, and that we've formed a functional cell that can actually produce stuff. I'm incredibly proud of the England Day stuff, and the Facebook page is starting to get a bit more traffic. I'm starting to put up more posts, and we'll try and grow that, and we'll see where this goes. I've got the chops, but you all have the voice. That's all that matters. Al's bit was very good as well. We may do something and get a little limited edition one out with the funny ending with that. And I think that's pretty much us. We'll play that again for the outdoor. We'll play Anglo-Saxon.
Nice one. Okay, well, thanks for having me. Good to see everybody.
Yep. Paka, thank you so much for coming on. It's been an absolute pleasure. A quick apology.
Who knew I'd come on at a moment's notice?
Yes.
Everyone.
Yeah. Paka, you're a bit of a slut.
Yeah.
Yeah, but thank you so much for coming on. Apologies to anybody who was expecting a full stream about Battle of Britain and stuff. We did cover it a little bit. We did the basics of it, sort of. Well,
maybe later on, maybe another time.
Yeah, maybe another time. For the record, if you really want to know all about the Battle of Britain, look up. Go into my content and type in Battle of Britain, and you'll get the one from last year, which has a lot of Battle of Britain content in it. And interestingly, also stuff about how to put in a complaint about an unduly lenient sentence on that, because this time last year we had political issues as well, and how we interact with the legal system. So that hasn't changed. All in all, a wonderful Sunday school. There wasn't that much learning. Right. What do we play with? Paka, Anglo-Saxon or Raise the Colours? Have we overdone it?
Yeah, obviously I'm biased, but maybe Anglo-Saxon. I mean, 3 times is enough if you're going to do it again next week.
Yes. There you go. You will next hear that song, the English, next week, and then it will be available for you all to watch as many times as you want on the England Day channel, and please do, because we need to get it lifted above 300 views before YouTube starts doling it out properly, and that obviously is the aim, and we'll see where it goes. And this is the Anglo-Saxon, the first one to go viral, and I'm hoping to get a lot more than 11,000 views for the England Day one. Here we go. I'll put your messages up on the screen. Hello, you're listening to 42's letter to the Anglo-Saxons. When you spread this message, you are the resistance.
Anglo-Saxon. The Anglo-Saxon shook his head sharply, his hair dislodging droplets of sweat from the back of his neck, the produce of moving a carcass to the workbench. The sharpened blades and cleavers felt natural in his hand. The carcass divided to his will. The Anglo-Saxon's muscle memory was that of a warrior. His body was lost to the toil, but his mind wandered to memories that were not his own. An intruder startled the Anglo-Saxon. However, before him was not the meadows and glades of his ancestors, but a butcher's shop window. While politely serving the customer, the Anglo-Saxon mourned the loss of a kingdom he had never known, of the rituals and customs that were lost long before his grandparents were even born. Outside, the street was a bustle. He knew there were others like him, ones who carried the warrior's pride. Amongst them he would find the rightful place of an Anglo-Saxon. The Anglo-Saxon.
It was not preached to the crowd, it was not taught by the state. No man spoke it aloud when the Anglo-Saxons began to hate. It was not suddenly bred, it will not swiftly abate. Through the chill years ahead, when the time shall count from the date that the Anglo-Saxons began to hate. When time shall count from the date the Anglo-Saxons began to hate.
Game over.
Okay, everybody. Packa's been Packa. I've been 42. You lot in the chat have, as always, been fucking amazing. Good night. God bless. See you all next week. I'm out of here. Goodbye. End stream.